Let me tell you something. Stay away from clients who never did spiritual work before. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because listen, man, you're gonna find yourself getting very frustrated. And basically, listen, let me tell you something. Listen, I'm a type of person, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm a type of person, listen, if you're carnal as fuck, I'm just gonna be like, listen, I don't even want to deal with you whatsoever. You know, listen, we can't work, you know what I'm saying? See, the reason why I say stay away from clients that never did spiritual work before is because this reason here is because they're spiritually blind. Even if certain things are manifesting, they'll never basically see it. You know what I'm saying? See, the client who has experience, they know what to look for. You know what I'm saying? A client who's basically know about spiritual work, you know what I'm saying? They know what to look for. They know there's going to be signs and omens, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of coincidences, you know what I'm saying? That lets them know that there's movement going on. So the person who has never done this before and don't have any spiritual background, they don't know how to. They'll never get coincidences whatsoever. It's like they will never get the coincidence. Meaning they will never understand the coincidences that are popping in front of them. So let's just say this. I'll give you an example of a carnal client. You know what I'm saying? Who never did spiritual work before. They're gonna call you up. They're gonna ask you, let's just say after the first day or two, they're going to call you up and they're going to be like, you know what? How do I know if this stuff is working? I mean, if you clearly explain to them in the beginning, I don't know why they're going to ask you anyway, but they just usually do. They'll come back and you say, how do I know this stuff is working, right? Basically they said, well, they'll come and tell you, well, at work, basically we got moved to the same location. Now, mind you, listen what the person said. We got moved to the same location, our target. So let's say you did love work for the guy, right? Or whoever, female, whatsoever, and they work together, right? Here it goes. Now, these guys, let's just say they didn't have the same shift. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden, basically, they get moved to the same shift, like a week later. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say the person did start to work whatsoever, and all of a sudden, they get moved to the next, they get moved onto a shift, the same shift, like next week. Now, before then, this was never done. Like before the work was done, they was on completely opposite shifts. Again, keep in mind that they work together. Now, all of a sudden, the following week, they get put on the same shift. So the hours change where they're basically together. You know what I'm saying? So now, basically, the client says to you, well, how do I know this stuff is working, because I don't see any movement. Listen to the thing the client just told you. The client tells you, I don't see any movement. I don't see it working. You know what I'm saying? When a customer says dumb shit like that, this is when I go back to PayPal and I just refund them their fucking money. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? You should get slapped in your face for being so fucking spiritually blind. You know what I'm saying? Listen to this shit. You tell me that you wasn't working with this person before on the same shift, and all of a sudden, you get put on the same shift with them whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man. Listen. You hear this? You know what I'm saying? You hear this. See, the client will not get it. You know what I'm saying? That's too abstract for them. They will say to you, well, someone pulled out at work. Well, this is how magic actually works. There has to be some reason behind whatever happens. There's not going to be some supernatural shit where someone just flies out of nowhere. You know what I mean? They're flying in the sky, or basically, they find $1 million at the door whatsoever. It doesn't fucking work like that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to put it out there, man. This is a common sense approach, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people in spiritual work do not have common sense, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these new clients that pop up out of nowhere, talk about they heard from other people and they want to basically try and test out. Well, first and foremost, I'm not a person that tries and tests out with anyone whatsoever. It's either you know how the shit works or you don't. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm like, I've kind of fallen back on clients. I usually ask them, have you ever got work done before? You know what I'm saying? If they tell me no, I just basically hang up the phone. You know what I mean? So, listen, just keep that in mind, or basically, tell a client, listen, you don't deal with clients whatsoever who don't have experience, because this is going to save you a lot of headache whatsoever, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a type of person, I'm a very impatient person. Well, I'm going to be honest. Sometimes, listen, if the person's alright, they got a cool personality, I'll be like, alright, cool, I'll stick this out, you know what I'm saying? But when certain words are said, I'm just like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm done. Because the thing is, what's going to happen is that you're going to constantly have to explain certain things, which is clearly obvious to the person, but they're not paying attention and they don't understand. So that said, I conclude this video. Thank you guys for watching.